Madalyn is a Hey besties, it's Dr. Madalyn Nguyen here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that down below if you want to. I will be posting a lot more consistently moving forward, and I think I'm gonna move my posting date to Friday. A little Friday night date night. Hopefully we'll see you there. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss any videos. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A. Make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video because I'm going to be hosting a huge giveaway. Over the last couple years, this platform has truly changed my entire life. You have given me so much, and I feel like I haven't been able to give back as much. So I'm really excited about this giveaway and to give y'all what you deserve. Stay tuned till the end of the video. Yes, you can look at the pinned comment down below, but then you won't know what I'm giving away, besties. So stay tuned. But first, I have a package from YouTube. Let's open it together. The inside. You guys. I never even thought this possible. Didn't even know that this was a thing, honestly. Just thank you. I honestly could not do this without y'all. Not me getting emotional. I will cherish this forever. I love y'all. Without further ado, let's get right into it. I would say family. I've literally wanted to be a dermatologist since the 4th grade when I realized that being a fairy princess was not a sustainable goal. But I stayed still very open-minded in med school because how can you know until you actually try to do it? Y'all really gonna hit me with the hard questions right off the bat, huh? Anyone who knows me knows that I am an ice cream connoisseur. I love ice cream. Right now, I'm really on a strawberry ice cream kick. Green tea, pistachio. I love me some boba ice cream bars. Ooh, and anything floral. Rose flavored ice cream. Oh, but so rare. It varies depending on the day, depending on the rotation, and depending on the specialty. But right now I'm seeing on average about 10 to 20 patients a day. I can make myself look like a frog. She's talented. Bring it on, America's Got Talent. You know, I used to be a huge planner and I always kind of said to myself, okay, this is where I'm gonna be, this is who I'm gonna marry, this is where I'm gonna live, etc., etc. And over the past few years, I've realized that nothing in life really works out the way that you expect it to anyway. So there's really no point in planning. And I feel like ideally I'd say that in 5 years, I see myself being a better person, I'd hope. It was actually absolutely surgery. I don't know how y'all knew that, but my seniors were amazing. They were so cool, so chill, still really hardworking and expected a lot from me, but they didn't enforce like unnecessary rules, but they still expected me to perform at peak performance, which is a reasonable thing to ask. I felt like there was a reason behind everything that I was being asked to do. Nobody likes to do something just because they have to.
What was the reason?
For no reason. You know, like, give me a reason. Tell me why. Bestie, don't judge me. English is my second language, but I loved reading growing up and I was really good at spelling. But in my 1st grade spelling test, I just wanted to double check my answers for some reason. I don't know, so I had a little sheet with like the answers on my lap and I got caught and I never did it again. That's what happens when you doubt yourself for no reason. Both? Bestie, come on. Sunblock is the single most important thing that you can do for your skin, but your girl's really dry, so I absolutely need moisturizer. I'm sorry, I just can't choose. Every Asian parent is a little bit different in terms of how flexible and understanding that they can be. Most of the time, Asian parents in general are gonna be a little less flexible than other types of parents because you have both the cultural and the generational barrier there. I can only speak from my experience, but basically I grew up a little bit of a rebel. My parents instilled really good values in me. I would do things even if they didn't want me to, but I was always led by that moral compass and those values that they had instilled in me from a young age. So I think they got used to me rebelling so much and then also communicating that I was rebelling. It led to a lot of arguments when I was a teenager, but now I think that they trust my judgment, and I think the biggest thing is just communicating with them. This is what I'm gonna do, and this is why I'm gonna do it. I need you to trust that you have raised me well enough to be able to handle it on my own, or to learn my own lessons on my own time. It's gonna be hard for them, obviously, and you will definitely get into arguments, but I think communication is the biggest thing. And obviously how you communicate, like try not to yell and scream and stuff. I cannot control how they are going to respond to me. All I can control is how I am going to respond and how I am going to handle things. But I don't know if that was helpful or not. Pizza tastes better with sour cream. I'm sorry, it just does. I don't make the rules. Can I choose forests? I like all of nature though. Honestly, a lot of things. I find happiness in a lot of the small things. I also find sadness in small things, but that's another topic. But I think the one constant thing that always makes me happy is food. And anyone who knows me IRL can confirm. Your girl lights up at just the thought of food, the sight of food. I'm getting hungry now. Well, considering I don't drink coffee and I'm an Asian boba girl, I'm gonna have to go with boba. Whew. I would have to say my authenticity, my ability to show up as my authentic, genuine self, regardless of my fears of whether or not someone is going to accept me or not, and regardless of how insecure I may be about the way that I look or about the way that I laugh or whatever and whatnot. I'm pretty much who I am at all times, no matter where I am or no matter who I'm with. It gets me in trouble a lot because I think people are very used to walls. I regret doubting myself literally at all times. I'm always second guessing myself and doubting myself. With every new chapter in my life, I've always had to learn how to prioritize a little bit better, and residency is no different. In med school, you kind of create your own schedule. In residency, you literally like have no control over your schedule. I have to learn to prioritize and to manage my time a little bit better. I have a lot less time to just F around and watch TV and take photos and live. Just kidding. The sun. I miss seeing Asian faces around me. I don't think that I got to live it out as wildly or as freely as my friends who didn't pursue medicine. But yeah, I would say I still made the most of my time. When life gives you lemons, you know? Lemons. All right, that was cheesy. I have a powdered sunscreen. Another way you can do it is you can also apply a cream sunscreen to your beauty blender and then just pat it on over the top. But never use a powder as your base, because the powder, like, you just never know how much you're putting on there. Ooh, I feel like that changes on the daily. Currently, I really like the Blue Vapor Space Dye. I'll show you a picture here. Isn't she cute? Yeah, I've been insulted by racists often. In middle school, I kind of just cried and got gaslighted into thinking that I was overreacting. More recently, I'm just kind of like, bite back a little bit. I don't know. I wish I could handle it better. It's a work in progress. Ooh, that is hard. At the workplace, you kind of just take it. You can stand up for yourself, but then that can also create more problems. So I think it just really depends on the situation. What has gotten me through is just remembering that nothing lasts forever. I think a lot of Asian Americans can kind of relate to this, but growing up as an Asian American, you feel like you don't really fit into either, like Asian or American. And so not gonna lie, it was kind of hard, like trying to find an identity for myself when I was younger. But my parents always said, you have the unique circumstance where you are able to choose the best from two cultures and then create a whole new gray area culture that is the best of both worlds. Now I'm kind of stepping into that gray area and embracing it. I kind of love being that hyphen in between the Asian and the American. It did not come without difficulties. This one's from my mom. Love you too, mommy. Crazy story. Vietnamese was my first language. But then when your girl started learning English and trying to assimilate, I literally forgot how to speak Vietnamese. I forgot my own first language, folks. It was so embarrassing. And then I went to Vietnam in 8th grade and realized, oh my God, these are my people. These are my roots. Why do I not speak my own language? After that trip, I told my parents, from now on, only speak to me in Vietnamese, only text me in Vietnamese. I made the promise to myself that if I didn't know how to say something in Vietnamese, I would ask them, how do you say this? And then I'd repeat it back to them. And your girl relearned Vietnamese. I don't want to brag, but And now I'm fluent in it. And honestly, I've heard that I'm very, very good for a Vietnamese American, which is kind of sad because I don't think I'm that good still. Every 2 hours. Literally my entire life this has happened. Even before I stepped into the online space, I used to be surrounded by people who I thought were supposed to be my closest friends, would constantly undermine me and spread rumors about me and be mean to me and belittle me. And I just like let it slide and forgave and forgave and forgave all the time. And now I respect myself enough and I know my worth well enough to have an upfront conversation with them and say, look, I don't like how this made me feel, and you can have an adult conversation about it. And if this person continues to disrespect you like that, cut them off. Just cut them off and say, this does not align with my goals of being a better person, surrounding myself with people that I want to emulate, and cut them off. Just do yourself a favor. Do them a favor too, because clearly you are evoking some negative emotions in them. And you know what? Cutting them off will be the best thing for them too. As far as online, that has definitely been a little bit harder. Yes, sometimes it still gets to me. A lot of the time, I'm just like, these people are spending their limited time on this planet writing hate comments to random strangers online. It's pretty sad. I used to always want to be an actress, but I'm a terrible liar. So I don't think that I would be a good actress, but I don't know. Honestly, I've never tried it. I feel like it would be really cool to live in Vietnam and to teach English, or to live anywhere in Asia and teach English. Sometimes I wish I had taken some gap years before going to med school to do that instead, but I didn't, so I failed. I actually have an essential basics of skincare whole video on YouTube. I'll link it here for y'all. Check it out. I feel like the important part for men is simplicity. That video is all you need to do in your skincare routine. Let me tell you right here, sis, you are deserving. You deserve to be here. Keep telling yourself that. I get the feeling though, I do, because sometimes I feel like that too, but you just have to keep telling yourself, push those lies out of your head and realize that they're just lies, and you need to tell yourself positive things or you're never gonna believe it. You're never going to reach your fullest potential. It was just a feeling. I just knew. It was a calling. I don't know. I don't make the rules, okay? Honestly, I still struggle with this every single day. I'll like beat myself up a lot, and then I'll just be like, well, instead of just complaining about how I can't do something, I'm just gonna go and try and do it anyway. So by sheer force, I have pushed myself through not believing in myself. It's always gonna be a journey, but it's a journey that I am willing to go on. Going to work every single day with my friends. It depends on the occasion, depends on the body part, it depends on what I'm feeling that day, but my go-to most of the time is Elta MD UV Clear, the tinted version. Also depends on the day, also depends on the occasion, depends on how my skin feels, that I keep going back to. La Roche-Posay Tellurian Double Repair Moisturizer. I really like the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask as well. I would love me some Tatcha, but your girl cannot afford it, so Tatcha, please sponsor me. Please don't cancel me for this answer, but in my opinion, yeah, I do think that it is more difficult because you do have to take both board exams. Each exam was 8 hours and I had to do it back to back, like one day apart. That was exhausting. Anyone who's taken even one of those board exams knows how exhausting it is to just be taking one of them. It was very difficult, and you also had to overcome the bias, which unfortunately still exists in some specialties, not all, but some. You know, I never expected to, but yeah, people really look down on derm for some reason. I mean, I would never undermine another specialty, so I don't know why people like to undermine derm. There's a reason our textbook is this fat and comes in 2 volumes, okay? And the words are small. I don't care, they're probably just jealous. I'm not. It's hard. My first priority is to be a dermatologist, so that always takes precedence over my content creation. So I truly apologize for being the absolute worst, but I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. Probably all the time and effort that I already put into it has to count for something. It's already too late for me. I can't quit now. Just kidding. Yes, oh my God, bestie, please. You don't need the sun for vitamin D, get it from your diet. UPF hats, sunscreen all the time. I'm an ENFP. When I was in the 1st grade, I told my friend Adam that I am a princess. like a true princess. I truly believed this because it's true, obviously. I told him in confidence, and that same day for show and tell, he went in front of the classroom, all my classmates, and said, Madalyn is a princess. And I was like, from then on, I've never trusted no man. Sí, me gusta la playa. I've never visited Costa Rica, but I've always wanted to. I studied medicine in Texas. Unbiased opinion is Vietnam. I just feel at home there. Those are my roots. Those are my people. It's my language. The food is the best in the world, in my opinion. Japan too, and South Korea, also Spain, Italy. I just love learning about new cultures. So don't make me choose. I am a raging 4-wing 3. Don't even get me started. I'm obsessed with the Enneagram. My family shaped my core values. My childhood traumas from my family and from my friends shaped why I am the way that I am now. They're the reason I'm an Enneagram 4. I truly believe that your childhood traumas play the largest role in shaping who you become. Who you grow into is based on how you overcome those childhood traumas. And now all of my friends that I have chosen to keep in my life are friends who encourage, support, uplift, and inspire me to be a better version of myself. They've truly shaped the person that I've become today. Sorry friends, my camera died, and so I went and took a quick boba break. Fellow Asian boba girls, please rise. My cousin is calling.
I bought the First facial contact, you know, it's good and it's clingy, it's not too oily, no SPF. And I bought the La Roche double repair skincare, and then I bought the La Roche, the other one. Only put a little bit on your face, so it doesn't burn your face. If it burns your face, you need to sandwich your face, okay?
Wow, look at you! You actually paid attention to the video. I'm shook. Wow, lucky you for having a doctor on speed dial. That's the only reason he calls me.
Yep, only reason.
I'll give you a few. Lonely by Justin Bieber. Monster by Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber. Can you tell I like Justin Bieber? Treat Myself by Victoria Justice. Insecurities by Jess Glynn. They are all sad songs, but I'm just a sad person. I don't drink coffee. I know, don't cancel me. But I do love tea. My go-to order is typically a chai latte or a green tea latte. So I actually have not tried any Asian sunscreens. If you have any recommendations, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear them and love to try them. I've never been the kind of jealous person to bring whoever I'm jealous of down. Anytime I was jealous of someone, I would bring myself down and beat myself up for why I did not measure up to this person. I don't know if you would say jealous so much as maybe insecure. I'm like, oh my God, that person's amazing. I admire them so much. I wish I could be as wonderful, as intelligent, as beautiful, as charismatic, as cool. And the list goes on, okay? Yes, it's a work in progress. I still have these insecurities, but never really like super jealous. I love all shonen animes, but I would have to say my absolute favorite is Naruto. Don't come at me, Naruto is amazing. Literally growing up with this anime taught me my life motto, that life is about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's not about how fast you get there. It's not about where you end up in the end. It's about the journey you take to get to where you want to be. It's about who you bring with you. It's about how you do it. So yeah, I love Naruto. Oh, I have a therapy session right now. I'll be right back. Okay, now that I am healed by the powers of therapy, we can continue. I thrift, queens. The fashion industry is one of the largest polluters on the planet. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You know, she's eco-friendly. And it is affordable. You're really gonna come at me with it, huh? The fake scenarios I make up in my head and the anxieties that I get about it. So I get asked this question all the time, like probably the #1 question I always get, and I've answered it so many times, and yet I still get attacked by people who don't see that I've answered it before and keep asking. You heard it here first. I got my glasses from Warby Parker. Are you single? This question is also asked quite a bit. No, I am not single, friends. If you choose to pursue medicine, medical school and residency are gonna be tough. Like, you're not gonna have as much time as most people your age, but in med school and residency, you just have to make time and prioritize the things that matter the most to you. If you want a relationship, and if you're ready to fight for a person, you'll have the time to do it. If you wanted to, you would. But it's not just on you, it's also on your partner. The key is having a partner that is very supportive, and very understanding that your schedule is not going to be as flexible as most people's. Because if they're not going to understand all that, if they're not going to support you through it, then honestly, it's probably not going to work. At that point, if they're not going to, you probably deserve better than that anyway, so it shouldn't work. I love Botox. I have a needle phobia. I'm fine giving injections and being on the other end of the needle, but if a needle's being pointed at me, I am a baby. So I don't get a lot of cosmetic treatments done because I'm a huge weenie. I have had Botox done twice, a chemical peel laser hair removal myself, the ones that I've recommended. It depends on the patient's goals and what they're looking for, but I've recommended pretty much all of them. There are a lot of additional questions asking for medical advice, but unfortunately this channel is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. So if you are seeking medical advice, please go get evaluated by a physician in real life. And now for the best part, the giveaway! You've made it, and I am so grateful for all of you. You guys have literally changed my entire life. There was a moment in time where I was extremely lonely and I felt like nobody would accept me for me, and y'all gave me a voice that had been taken away from me for a while. I cannot thank y'all enough for that. I had no friends at one point. Now I just can't even wrap my head around the fact that I have over 100,000 friends from around the world. This community that we've created of encouragement and that is filled with support for each other means so much to me. You've given me so much, more than you'll ever know, and I just want to be able to give back to y'all as much as I can. So I will be choosing 3 winners, and each of these winners will be receiving a personalized skincare regimen as well as skincare products personally for them. So if you want to enter this giveaway, make sure that you're following me on Instagram and TikTok, and then comment both your Instagram and TikTok handles down below. I will be choosing 3 of you randomly, and we'll chat about your skin goals and your skin type. I'm super excited about this, and I hope that y'all are too. That's it for this week, folks. Until next time, remember that a little grit and a little gratitude can go a long way. Be patient and be kind, and remember to give yourselves the same grace that you're giving to others. We're all just doing the best that we can. Love y'all. Bye.